Hello everyone. Mind the squeaking real quick while I position myself properly. Hello everyone. Welcome to Tim's Hobby Hour. Today we'll be working on this Lamborghini Diablo build from Monogram, which I believe is designed by Rebel, but is not produced by them, I guess. And you can see in kind of the build quality, which we'll talk about later. We'll hop right in, and we were removing the mold lines. As you can see, I put some black marker, some Sharpie, and when you use a hobby knife to scrape away the mold lines, when the white gets bigger and bigger, you know that you lose the mold line. Then you can blend it out with some sandpaper. I only had steel wool for whatever reason, you'll see here in a second, but I also used a little cheap scriber to scribe the lines into the panels, making it a little bit thicker and better, a little bit more pronounced. I also prepped all the parts with that steel wool. Now I have actual good sanding sponges. You can see I was putting together this rear, I guess it would be a hood or an engine cover. I also put on the mirrors. I had to trim these mirror pegs later because they stuck out too much, and I actually ended up scratching and having to kind of paint correct my dash. But I should have seen that coming. It's my own fault. But after I got those done, I moved on to the fin. The fin was absolutely awful to do. I take off all my parts, sand them off, and everything else, so I don't use the runners. I do the same thing with my Gundam. I basically put it on hard mode to put everything together like Legos, because I've been doing Legos for so many years. But those pieces were very specific way they were supposed to put on, and I put them on backwards like 5 times. But I did get it together, so that's all right. The engine block was warped, like I said, quality issues. So I had to bend it without cracking it, which luckily I was able to. I just left the chrome on because I wanted this to be a quick build, which it ended up not being. And I also filmed everything, and I had most of this edited a little while back, but I kept getting busy and not getting around to voicing over it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. But you see me, I put on the heads, put on the timing cover, and the whole accessories. All those fit on one piece. But put on the engine mount. I messed up a lot of the filming. I'm still getting used to this, how this stuff is filming, and my light source that I've got now, my ring light. But I put on the CV axles, put on the inner chassis, I guess, or body, whatever, which contains also the front or top half of the rotors. And I glued everything as close as I could in. The tires were going to block it, so I didn't really care. But put the quarter panel or wheel well, rear wheel well, which would, I guess, be called the quarter panel well, because your rear panels on the back of your car are quarter panels. Then you have your front wheel wells or fender wells, because your front fenders are your front body panels. Put on the little rear. I thought there was supposed to be like a window or something like that, but that might have been that might have been a Ferrari or something. But technically there was a little bit of a window, I suppose, just through there just was no glass. But I put together the dash. This one was very simple. I've had some other model kits that, were like 12 pieces. This was like 4, and it was very pleasant to put together, I have to admit. I also put together the rear bumpulator. I don't know what all those little pieces are called. I know those are like the bumper mounts, and they were covered in like this rubber material. And I guess they were shock absorbing. So back in the day, same as like the 70s, the US cars had hydro-pneumatic or hydraulic bumpers or bumper mounts, so that when you push into them, it would absorb a lot of the shock and then push back out. But really weird. Interesting concept. But put on the old exhaust, and all these pieces really did come together a lot easier than like my aircraft carrier build. That was pretty terrible. This here is the finished painted assemblies. I always paint them in assemblies so that I don't miss any spots when I'm painting. The green paint, the Lamborghini green, did not come out too great. very splotchy. I don't have a filter for the paint, so it kept clogging. But this was also with a worse airbrush. I now have the Gallery Swallowtail something or other, and it is top-end Chinesium. It is a very nice, still affordable. It was, I believe it was $100 something, whatever, for the whole combo kit and everything. But versus, I mean, some people pay $300 upwards for an airbrush, Japanese airbrushes like Iwata and stuff, which are still premium. But Mr. Mark Setter, this stuff just helps the glue or the adhesive on a water decal set properly. If you want to have the water decal flow into the crevices better or the curves of an item, get Mr. Mark Softer, which I will be ordering next, and it really helps. I've had a lot of people recommend it. This was after one clear coat. You can see I was a dingus and I oversprayed onto the windows because I accidentally glued the windows in before I finished the body, and that was not too good. And this was the worst mistake. Don't ever do this, please, guys. Don't do this. Spraying the clear coat into a little container so that I could brush it on. You can see it, if I can get back in frame here, I melted or removed, dissolved the acrylic paint underneath and ruined that little spot. And you can also see a lot of inconsistencies in the paint because I scratched it up. I didn't put a clear coat fast enough. Oh yeah, it also it destroyed the decal for whatever reason. But you can see, I mean, we're learning here. We're learning. I'm still learning how to do all this, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in for the journey that I'm taking to become a better builder. You can see I kind of, at this point, I was very tired. I was tired of the build, even though I was doing it pretty quickly. Everything was put together probably for like 2 weeks before I could actually put the paint on the chassis and everything else, and I was getting tired, and it was not good. Take your time, enjoy the build. I still did enjoy it, and I learned a lot through this process. So anywho's, thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in as I have this model making journey. If you consider a like and subscribe to the video, maybe share it to your friends. But thank you so much, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.